Good morning. My name is Caroline F. and this is
Marcia Hemans.
and we'll be presenting on imperatives. Imperative is one of the three moods of an English verb. These include indicative, subjunctive, and imperative.
According to EnglishGrammarSecrets.com. Imperatives are verbs used to give orders, command, warnings, or instructions. If you use please to make a request.
According to Eric Potsdam and Daniel Edmiston, 2018, imperatives are directives conveying an illocutionary force of commanding, prohibiting, suggesting, permitting, or requesting by the speaker. The typical function of an imperative is to get the addressee to do or not do something. The imperative is formed when the verb is used without a subject. The negative imperative is formed with do not or don't.
The intonation of an order is important as each word is stressed and the tone falls at the end of the sentence. For example, sit down now. Sit, down, and now are all stressed and the tone falls on now. So this is what happened in an imperative order. You can use imperative to warn someone of danger. All the words in the warning are stressed, but the last word has a higher tone than the first word. Do not stand here. Don't play in the water. Don't cross. These are all warnings.
You can also use an imperative to make a request, but you should use a polite word before the verb. For example, please take a seat. Please wait here. Or please hold the line. Please don't smoke here. Imperative instructions. When you buy a new DVD player, it comes with an instructional manual telling you how to use it. The instruction is written using imperatives. They are simple to use and easy to explain.
And we all know what are instructions. Don't use the spray near a naked flame. It's an instruction that you might see on an ear care product, or you might see it on say for example an aerosol spray that you use to spray ants, roach, or flies. Apply the glue thinly and leave it for 10 minutes. This is another order that you might see on a bottle of glue. When you give advice using the imperative, the words are stressed normally. For example, don't tell him you're resigning now. Wait until Monday when he is in a better mood. Don't drink alcohol. Don't eat heavy meals. These are all advice given.
You can also use let's before the verb if you are using yourself in the imperative. The negative of let's is let's not. For example, let's stop here. Let's have some lunch. Let's not argue. Although the main feature of sentences in the imperative is that they have no grammatical subject, they do have an understood subject, which is you, the speaker.
The form of the verb used for the imperative is the base form of the main verb, which is used without a subject. Walk to the corner, turn right, and across the road. If you look carefully, you would see that there is no subject here. Open your mouth and say, ah. There is still no subject here. The basic form of the imperative remains the same, whether it is addressed to one or more people. Come on, Mary, I'm waiting. Come on, girls, you're late.
Although a sentence is complete when it contains both a subject and a verb, an imperative does not have a subject.
Please note, imperative verbs are bossy verbs. They create sentences that sound like the speaker is bossing someone around. These verbs don't leave room for questions and discussion, even if the sentence has a polite tone. These are examples. Come here, sit down.
Features to remember. So imperative sentences have the following features. The verb position. The finite verb comes first. The verb form. The finite verb is in the imperative. Intonation. The voice falls at the end of the sentence. Punctuation mark. The exclamation mark. So what did we say was an imperative verb? An imperative verb is used to give instructions, give warnings, give advice, give orders, and make requests. Also remember, the implied subject of an imperative is always you, the speaker, but the subject is not included in the statement. So the imperative to use while giving a direct order or command, for example, wake up now. For imperative for giving warning, for example, watch out, don't touch me. Giving advice in the imperative to use while giving advice, don't panic, don't eat too much. Imperative to use to give a request, for example, please don't go, please reconsider, please leave me alone. For imperative to use while giving instruction, take the pill after a meal. We have now come to the end of our presentation. Thanks.